Bryan, first of all, we are so glad that you came here to Poland.
Well, I was happy to be here.
What decided that you accept invitation from Prolight to make and to lead a seminar here?
Honestly, well, Steve, who's a really, really good friend of mine for so many years, wanted me to do it. That's one good reason. I wouldn't say no anyway. And Alicia, because she just wouldn't stop asking. So I knew sooner or later I was going to have to be here, or she would just never stop writing to me. So, no, but I'm really happy to be here. You know, I've been here on a holiday before in Poland. I'm a big fan of the country.
So it isn't your first time here?
No, neither working or on holiday.
And have you ever made any productions here?
Just bringing tours through, you know. I can't remember which, because you just get off the bus and. But yeah, I think I was here with Bryan Adams.
Yeah.
In, is it a Phillips? Where's the arena here?
Here in neighborhood?
Yeah, in Warsaw.
Yeah, the Rock Arena.
Yes.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I think I was pretty certain I was here with Bryan Adams a few years ago. Yeah, I can't remember the others.
It is possible to say that you have some kind of feedback from the audience on the seminars like that? That you have any experiences?
Yes, I do. I've previously given talks at colleges and theatre schools in England, only in the UK. But yeah, I usually get pretty good.
They're very enthusiastic.
Yeah,
aren't they? The interest in it. I think, as you said about Alicia, her enthusiasm sort of carries you along, you know. Which might be really helpful with her when if she's doing a show in London, or learn something new, or if there's a lot of enthusiasm from young ones. I find the manufacturers will really go quite a distance, letting them have new software or try out new products, or even to arrange something like this, like a seminar, because you feed off that enthusiasm. It's really exciting to have somebody so enthusiastic about your products and about what you're doing that you want to support it.
And they're your future customers.
Yeah. I heard also that you made one or two tracks, two songs on a live concert for Podcast of Polish band, yes, in London.
Oh no, it was a very short. It was a very short sequence where she left me in charge. Yeah, I don't know if I'll forgive her for this. I might prefer to
be sort of fun
behind the lighting designer. But yes, it's always exciting to do something live. But I wasn't expecting it, and it was a shock.
Can't believe she trusted you.
Bryan, do you know any Polish lighting designers or projects made by...
No, I don't.
But have you ever seen any concert made by Polish lighting designers?
I would never lie, I haven't, no. Well, not consciously. I didn't sort of do any specific homework, basically because I'm always so...
And especially normally on your own shows, aren't you? That's the difficulty, is normally you're on shows that you're doing, or that you're...
I'm going straight back tomorrow to a show. So, I'm always busy. So.
When you have perfect ended show, I mean whole design, you will go through all the tour with this show as a lighting designer, I mean from the concert to concert, or you just start from 1, 2, 3 concerts?
Usually we'll do, like any other lighting designer, we'll do the rehearsals and the first few shows, more or less till people are happy, really, but these days there's enough people that are great at running a show and the tools for running the show are so amazing that you can leave it as a cue stack or a time code, or
would guarantee that the show in every place is the same.
Yeah, I mean, I go, like I'm going, I think it's next week, to see James Taylor in Amsterdam. I do go now and again, although I started that tour in America in June of 2014. That's when the tour rehearsed in America, and then I did all the shows to Hollywood Bowl, and then I came again in Ireland when it came to the UK, and PRG rebuilt it, and then one other show, in Birmingham, and then I didn't see it again and I'm going to see it now in Amsterdam. You don't have to go very often, and there's nothing.
You go check in, do you? To
But
see
they're
that
happy,
you're
they love it,
happening.
so there's no need to go back. And there's no time, because
you have time to make more new
designs.
designs.
And the other thing is also I do some TV work, and so that, because like last week I did Backstreet Boys in London, and the homework you have to do leading up to that. It's only one day actually in the venue, one day with the cameras, and it was an 8-camera shoot. But the homework to get it to that, is a lot. So it's not one day's work. It's
of course.
So I'm always trying to juggle things to fit the calendar.
So we can say that still DVD recordings or TV shows are much harder to make than typical concert. Or not usually?
I would say not so much. There's so many other things you have to consider. Light levels, temperatures.
Yeah. Balance between the fixtures.
Yeah, and what kind of what they're shooting on. Whether there's a grade afterwards.
What broadcaster also.
Yeah. So what director? There's so many things you need to say. Well, I know in this system we can put as much red up as we like, it won't burn, or whatever. So there's a lot of things to be thought of, and like audience lighting is obviously a huge element of that. Where on a live show you just put up some lights and light you, but whereas with TV, it's the demands. That's not good enough. You have to have the right temperatures. You don't want the audience looking.
And I notice everyone is quite sort of tight during the DVD, isn't it? When I arrive, and I see you guys working. The management is hyped, the crew is hyped, and it's almost like it builds up into this crescendo.
Nuts,
and so then it's really good to have the original designer there. I think because he just keeps everyone confident. It's going to look great. Trust me, it's going to look great. So Brian's great at that.
That went live to 740 screens that night, all through Europe, down to Turkey and stuff. So, and we had so few minutes between, the satellite sync wasn't going to wait. So, between one element and the band coming on live, we had like 14 minutes, I think it was, to reset everything and line it up and make sure the levels were absolutely right, and then it went live. So that was nuts. And can you imagine the cost of sat links to cinemas? It's huge. So we just it went by in about 10 seconds for me. I just remember everyone being crazy as the show went up, and of course we did it to make it look good. We did it in front of thousands of fans in London, so the noise, it was just, but the director's brilliant. A guy called
it's so important during the production.
James Russell's the director, and he's just fantastic, and he's just got an amazing show out of it. I don't know how he does it. He's in the truck, but there's like thousands of people screaming and standing up in front of the camera. And we had so many different. We had cameras on tracks. We had cameras on tracks, on stage, off stage, all over the place. But he got a crazy result out of it, and we had minimal rehearsal because it's all got to go in on the day.
Of course, I know that usual and always, I hope everything goes strictly with the plan. Of course, I know. But I heard the history from Patrick Woodruff that 15 minutes before start of opening of Olympic ceremony, they had a problem with the Olympic ring.
Yes, that's absolutely right. Yeah, that's quite famous.
I heard about that story. Do you remember any story from your production that you had a heart shake and earth shake?
Well, we had
that you were so stressed.
Over the years, there's been many things, but weirdly, if something very small happens wrong, I get stressed. But if a big thing happens, I don't, because if it's that big, getting stressed isn't going to help. So, and we've had the strangest things happen. I mean, like we had. I'm not going to name this show, but we had one show where all the stage hydraulics went black.
Oh.
I mean, about 20 minutes to show time, and they had some fail-safe thing. Well, yeah, it's all computer controlled, and believe me, this show depended on hydraulics, and everything went black on the screen. They had no control over it. It wouldn't start, and it was on time code, and so that everyone was talking to everyone else, and so that they had to involve the management. They had to tell them, and this was a huge show. And
but you fixed that?
the guy, not doing me,
Yes,
the guys in charge, they kept calm. I could hear them on the cans, and they had to take a massive chance and shut down all the PCs that ran it, everything, and they refired to see what was wrong.
Yes.
But the time it took for everything, by that time we had about 4 minutes left to show time, so we were really screwed if that hadn't worked, and it worked, you know. But those sort of things just happen, you know. It's just huge amounts of technology.
Yes.
I suppose there's some of it you can help with,
Well,
and some that you can't. And if you can't help with it, then it doesn't really matter. You know?
Yeah,
So-
sometimes if it isn't working, if like say, this isn't against kinesis, I'm just thinking of it.
Yes.
If you got kinesis on a show and the kinesis operator tells you halfway through the show, guys, I've lost one motor there, therefore we can't run it.
just don't.
Then you can't run
You
it.
gotta
You
stop.
just carry on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Show must go on.
Yeah, and the audience don't know that.
That's
You know,
right.
and you just maybe tweak the fix. That's the great thing about Avo. If you have to just grab 40 fixtures
Yes.
and pan them or tilt them so that it looks right, because the kinesis won't work, on that desk you can do that. You just do an takeover and bloody
Go.
fix it, you know.
Yeah.
But the audience don't know. And the last thing you need to do is get upset, you know, which is hard to do, I know, but yeah, I think, look, when you think on a modern show, there are thousands of things. Well, just in that camera, look what's involved in that. Anything.
Yes.
Stuff goes wrong. You
That's
can't.
right.
You know, and if any manager wanted to fire me because some lights didn't fire up midway through the show, I'd say, well, screw you.
You can't change the laws of
Well,
physics.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Find a magician, because it ain't going to be me. You know, if everything.
I think it's great when the manager's stressed because they've lost the artist, and they go,
Yes.
they know what the
Over to you,
artist
mate.
is. I think that happens.
Yeah.
Fall on your knees and pray.
Yeah.
But here's what I always think with a supplier, and I work a lot with PRG, and here's the thing I think about a supplier. If at the top of the show everything is working, that's all you can ask. Because anything that happens once the show starts, that's outside of everybody's control.
Yes.
No one, anyone who says to you, I guarantee everything will work for this whole show, they're just not thinking. And so if it works at the start of the show, that's fine. I never complain to anyone if something goes wrong during the show. It's just what happens.